The Division. They say the game's media shouldn't fall victim to the hype, but I admit I often fail to do that. I've been excited about playing The Division since I first saw it at E3. I have a weakness for multiplayer shooters with loot, and The Division definitely provides that niche. Tactics naturally crop up between friends when they pursue a common goal. In this case, that goal can be loot, levels, story, or even the innocent joy of murdering other players in cold blood.
Okay, our plan, what we're going to do is we're going to go start an extraction, we hide, and right when they're putting things in the pole, we grenade them. Delta right now. Plan Delta, plan Delta.
Okay, gotcha.
Beginning item extraction pickup.
Did that actually work? Damn.
Rogue agent neutralized.
Sure did, against a lot of baddies. I guess goodies, actually.
I guess, yeah, we're the bad guys.
Those strategies can range from simple combat placement and covering fire to routes through the city and abilities to equip. Those last two will be especially useful when you go rogue in the Dark Zone. I went rogue? I did not! I did not. I did not. Didn't do it. Speaking of which, the Dark Zone is the place you want to go if you want to kill other players. While inside, everything will seem at first to be just like any PvE area. There are NPCs to fight and lots of normal streets and buildings. The NPCs, however, are a lot tougher and drop far, far better equipment. Unfortunately, you can only hold a few items at a time and they can't be used in their current condition. They have to be sent back to the base via helicopter to be cleaned of whatever infection destroyed the city in the first place. And this is where the process gets interesting. Once you call in the helicopter, its location shows up on the map. Other players will start to swarm, as well they should. They need to send loot home too, and they can use your helicopter to do so. However, there might be another reason for them to come. To kill you, steal your loot, then send it home all in one move. Any player can kill any other player in the Dark Zone, and a helicopter is a giant sign saying, "I've got loot here." When you kill another player that isn't yet rogue, you'll go rogue, and people nearby will see your name and a red icon. If they kill you, they get a small Dark Zone currency reward. If you go rogue and you survive until the timer reaches 0, you get a reward yourself. If you instead continue killing and killing and killing, eventually you trigger a manhunt. That'll let everyone in the entire zone know exactly where you're located. At this point, your timer will be huge since you've killed so many other players. You'll have to survive for about 5 minutes without being killed, and the timer stops every time you get shot, only to start again after a few seconds of calm. If you do, however, manage to make it, you'll be rewarded with a big chunk of the Dark Zone's currency. All of these systems work together to encourage distrust of those around you. Despite that distrust, without a small group to run with, you'll spend more of your time dying than actually getting any loot, thereby creating a natural relationship of risk versus reward. And while I'm on the topic, it's entirely too easy to go rogue accidentally. You can put one bullet into someone running in front of an NPC you were shooting, then your turret will turn around and put holes in them until you trigger rogue.
Warning. Your division affiliation has been disavowed.
Are you shitting me?
Is rogue.
Why? Why is my division... What? Why am I rogue?
As fun as it is to fight in the Dark Zone, that's only about half the game. The rest is focused on the story of a small group in the middle of an infected city. What was in the beta was focused on rebuilding a base of operations. Doing various quests on the map will either unlock a new wing of the base, or give you a specific type of currency that you can spend to upgrade one of those wings, which gets you benefits like new skill unlocks. The content can sometimes seem repetitive. You're either in a building or on a street, hiding behind cover and shooting people until they stop coming. Then you move forward a bit and repeat the process until you find whatever the quest objective was. However, the combat scenarios often have more depth than you can see from the surface. Most enemies have weak points that can be exploited. Enemies that throw grenades will drop those grenades at their feet if you shoot them at the right time. Enemies with riot shields will stagger from headshots if you have a weapon accurate enough. If not, you can put enough damage on the shield itself to break it, and flamethrowers have tanks that can be shot to cause an explosion. Those are just a few examples of the many enemies I encountered during the beta, and every strategy becomes further complicated by combinations of enemies, or combinations of the strategies of your allies, or the skills that you bring along with you. In conclusion, The Division is a solid shooter with a lot of AAA polish. The PvE gameplay can feel repetitive, especially if you're playing alone, but I found the story and mechanics to be interesting enough to keep me playing. The PvP, however, is on a whole nother level. The Dark Zone is some of the most excitement I've ever experienced in the beta for any game. Considering how long I've been doing this, that's saying something. If you have friends to play with, definitely try it. If you're going to be playing alone, you might want to give this one a pass. I think I'll leave you with a story. The first time I walked into the Dark Zone, I saw someone standing near a helicopter drop zone. That man later died while fighting beside me.
I have an agent on the way, then we'll fuck him up.
Oh, he's running now. That means he's guilty. You're gonna run unless you're guilty.
He's cornered. Hey, wait. Keep him in there.
Later on, I chased a rogue that turned out to be the first man's friend. The standoff was pretty intense. Hey, that guy's gonna shoot you.
I mean,
He's gonna shoot you.
Think twice.
Careful.
are you talking
twice.
about when it was you and 2 other buddies against just me?
I have no buddies.
That's
Do I
not
look
really
like
a
the kind of
fight.
person who has friends?
I mean, you got a pretty nice hat.
Fuck yeah, I've got a nice hat. You got a fucking flappy hat. I love it. So can we be friends
I
forever
mean-
now?
I mean, can I have that hat?
Now give me your other pants.
No, I mean, I don't know how I feel about this anymore. I'm feeling a little nervous. We played for hours, perpetrating nefarious deeds until I triggered a manhunt. They watched my back and ensured my survival. The experience left me feeling some genuine trust in these people that I'd never met outside the game. Even if that was the only thing that the Division had to offer, I think it would be a worthwhile experience. This has been 80 Proof Gaming. Please remember to like if you liked it and subscribe if you want to see more. Fuck off with the story.
is.
Nobody gives a shit about the story.
You know what? You know what the story is? How we became friends. 2 enemies, and then at the end, 2 friends. Look at this. That's the story right there.